All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be looking at the S23 Ultra. There's a lot of pros with this device, in my opinion, and very little cons. So having this device since launch, and all I did pretty much was switch colors a couple times, and I settled in on this sky blue color. If you remember, I decided to go ahead and trade my sky blue S22 Ultra once I found out how much I like this device, and just go with the next version of it, which has stainless steel sides on it this time. They went with this look right here instead of the matte black. But today we're going to be discussing not so much pros and cons, I would say. It's just a matter of how I've been feeling about this device and owning this device since it launched. Regardless of whether I switch colors or not, it's the same device. I've gotten a better experience over time, obviously, since that second one that I bought. The cream one, it had some battery woes, and so now I don't have that complaint at all. When I bought the black one, I didn't have that complaint. Yes, I got rid of the black one when I got this one, so this is my only S23 Ultra in my favorite color, which is the sky blue. So hardware-wise, man, you're getting so much here, so much value when it comes to the hardware. And as a consumer, as an enthusiast of technology, this hardware is premium. I mean, it's top-tier premium hardware, and you're going to pay the premium price. So we'll get to that next, actually. So hardware-wise, I'm glad that they flattened off the sides here a little bit. It brings so much life to this device, and it just makes it feel so much thinner in the hand than it actually really is. It's not as it makes it feel a lot more narrow than what it is, because this is somewhat of a wide device, but it feels really, really nice that they flattened off the sides now. Opposed to the S22 Ultra, it was rounded, so it felt different. Now this one, again, doesn't have the black flat matte sides. It has the stainless steel look, and it actually looks pretty good. I really like it a lot in comparison. It's just a matter of, you know, what you prefer. I don't prefer the stainless steel sides, but I do like the way this combination looks. A person in my Telegram group actually bought this one before me when I was undecided, and once I saw like pictures of it, like real pictures of it, I was impressed. So we all know that Samsung makes some of the best hardware, and this screen is no exception. This is a beautiful display. You will get beautiful content from this, and I've actually been recording a lot of content with this device, and here's a video that I did on my car channel with this device, and I'll link my car channel down below. It should permanently be linked down there, but yeah, I'll link my car channel below if you haven't already seen so. This is my 23 1500 Sierra. So I mean, it's been getting used to record a lot of content on the channel, and it's impressive, man. I mean, I shot this in 4K at 60 frames per second, and it's very impressive, to say the least, that how beautiful this device captures content from these stellar cameras. It does have that 200 megapixel camera on the back, but for me, it's about video, and I think video on this thing is on par with everything, especially the microphones. Samsung's hardware, when it comes to this portion of owning this device, it's extremely impressive what they've been able to do when you're capturing content with these cameras. And so that is a part of the hardware. Yes, I know you have that bigger sensor in there. You've got the 200 megapixel camera for the photos and things like that. But 4K video, this does 8K too, but I've never really shot 8K because there's nowhere for me to actually watch it. So I choose not to shoot in 8K. I don't have an 8K TV or an 8K monitor, so that's just a waste of memory to me and time and processing. And YouTube won't even do anything but compress it anyway. So unless you're viewing it on an actual 8K content display or something like that, it's really overkill at this point. So for me, the best display, the premium hardware, with only one downside on the hardware, and it's the same thing it's always going to be for me, is these sharp corners. I would love for them to make a device this like this aspect ratio with the 22:9 or 21:9. This is a beautiful aspect ratio. Now, in essence, they might have, here's my S23 plus, but this is the closest we'll get. This is 22 by 9, and this is 21 by 9. So in essence, this is the same device, but 21 by 9 is going to be the best way for them to go if they decide to do something like this for the S23 or S24, 25, whatever lineup. This is a perfect feeling device. It's 21 by 9. It's got the rounded corners. This is stellar hardware, and you've got grip all along the edges of the device. This is boss. This is how you make a tall device like this. This is overly boxy and a real turnoff. But they've proven, here's the A54, they've proven that they can make larger devices and make them look good. And this is a good looking device as well. I just wish that it didn't have the boxy corners. And that's the only drawback from the hardware. And that's been my experience with this since day one. I've always said that. So having owned this device and using it as my daily driver, it's very hard to leave this device and use something else. That's about where I'm at now. It's kind of difficult to use something else because this device I'm used to it now. I'm used to holding this particular size device. Now, I can't go back to something else. I have more than one line, so I do rotate every now and then, but this is by far one of the best experiences if you're going to have a large screen display. Now, I said I'll talk about price. That has got to be the biggest downfall of this device is the price. It costs a lot of money. And this is what you have to do if you're going to say you're going to buy a premium device. Now, you don't have to, I'm saying, but based on the way Samsung has marketed this thing and how they are going to sell it, you can't tell them what the price is going to be. You can't dictate it. The only thing you can do is wait for a sale. So check the link in the description. You should be able to get this for $300 off right now through Best Buy. Simply put, $300 off. Just activate it on whatever carrier you want. It's the unlocked version, and just use whoever you want to use it at. I've done it multiple times. When they offer big discounts on the unlocked devices from Samsung or other devices, I'll activate it on my T-Mobile line, and then boom, I'm off. It's already unlocked, so I can just do what I want to do with it. Get the biggest discounts you can get, because some people might not have a trade-in, or some people might not have the ability to finance for whatever reason. They don't have a credit card. They don't have enough financing on their carriers, or whatever it is. They're going to need to get the lowest price possible if they want this device. So out-of-pocket cost for you, if you can get this for $1,000 or less, this is a 512 gig version too. This one is $1,079. Not these color versions, but the other the colors that are available to the masses. Those are $300 off through Best Buy at the recording of this video. So the price can update. It could change at any moment. Best Buy updates their sales on Sundays, I believe. So if it's not $300, don't flood the comments saying, "Oh, it's only $200 now." That's just what it is. You got to be quick because they have those sales sometimes for 24 hours. But the price is the major downside for every phone over $400-500. That's where you have to justify why you're charging that. And a lot of companies cannot. So price-wise, this device probably will never win any awards. But functionality-wise, it's going to win a lot of awards because not a lot of phones can do this right here. They don't have the ability to pull out a full-blown pen and get to work. They don't have that ability. And I just think that's important for us to continue to promote the S Pen and continue to show people that this is an award-winning part of this device. If you're buying this and not taking advantage of this, I encourage you, start using your S Pen. You're going to find more and more case scenarios for it when you start to use it more. There are so many things you can do with the S Pen, period. That is, oh, why isn't that turned on? That should have been turned on. I'm telling you, there's a lot going on here. There is a lot going on with the S Pen. There's so much functionality. There's so many things you can do with it. And it's just a must-have for me. I have to have this S Pen. It's so much functionality with it. But let's talk about functionality with One UI. If you have a device that does not have an S Pen, you still get this functionality. You get the sidebar. This is a part of One UI 5.1. I can pull out any of my Samsung phones and they're going to have that functionality. That is just a must. It is a huge deal to a lot of people if you know that it's there. If you're aware that that's there, a lot of people don't even know that it's there and they miss out. But One UI 5.1 is something and here it is on the A54, which is a much lower price device. It's something that they just offer. One UI 5.0 is super functional in its own, man. There's a lot going on with One UI 5.1. It's so much software there. It's almost impossible to go get through all of it. It's impossible. You're going to be digging for days, weeks, possibly, because there's always going to be somebody that puts out a video that says, "I bet you didn't know this," or "Did you know your device could do this?" Which in that situation, it's helpful for you. I don't do very many tutorial videos anymore. I used to do a lot of stuff like that, how-tos and stuff like that, but I just kind of strayed away from that and just use the device as is. But software on here checks a major box for me because there's more software than I can even handle, to be honest. Even though I do creation, I'm not even taking advantage of the full software capabilities. I use a third-party editor right there, PowerDirector Pro. Highly recommend that. But I say to you that if you want a lot of software, Samsung is where it's going to be at. If you're a minimalist and you just like stock Android or whatever, you need to stick with Google. I mean, they're going to be the ones that give you a lot of power, smooth fluidity, your software updates. If you're into that, that's what you need to do. Stay with stock Android. But if you want a operating system, because LG's out of the game now, Huawei's over there, Xiaomi's over here, Samsung's the only one holding the bag right now that has all the little tricks to the trade in it, the little goodies. They're doing it, and they're taking advantage of it. They keep capitalizing on One UI 5.1, and furthermore, it's up to date. It's on the April security patch. Not that security patches really matter to me, but it is on the April security patch. So, and I've gotten 2 updates for April. So they're improving cameras, and they're just improving things, and they're doing everything possible to make sure you stay in love with this device until they bring out the next version and they talk you into buying that one. Nonetheless, it's a phenomenal experience with the One UI 5.1. The latest software that's on here is Android 13 April security patch with the latest software from Samsung, and it is for sure going to keep you pleased when it comes to functionality. Now, an area that greatly improved with time is the battery life. I don't really charge this device a lot, man. And when I did, it was solely at the beginning, man. I mean, I'm lasting over a day now with ease. And it is just one of those things. Like, look at this right here. I'm at 73%, and it says I have a day and 10 hours left. That's like a day and a half of battery left. That's incredible. I mean, these phones last a long time. So the last time I charged this was 15 and a half hours ago. Yeah. And it says I have a day and 10 hours left. How accurate that is, we don't really know. But in reality, we know that this is great battery. Now, I recently put out an update on my battery pack from Zero Limit that I've been using with this. That makes this phone a weekend warrior. I can't go a full 3 days with this device, but I can guarantee I can get at least on this high side 2 days off the charger. What the screen on time looks like, I stopped measuring that because I only did that during the initial review period. For me, it's about how long I'm staying off the charger and how much life I'm getting out of this device. That's what it is. As long as when I hit that unlock and it comes on and I'm happy with it, that's what means the most to me. Now, if I had to check, it's got to be between 5 and 7 hours, maybe 8 hours of screen on time, which is really, really decent. So you've got beautiful hardware, you've got stellar performance, a weak price point, but you do have just immaculate software, and the battery life is just phenomenal. I still want more though, because I didn't get that $300 off, so I want more. I want more for my money, and I think we all should. I have that rule: when you go past $400, $500, you need to start telling me what's beneficial to this. Show me why I'm getting my money's worth, because it's really going to be up to me whether I'm getting my money's worth. And I don't think any of these devices can ever truly give you your money's worth, because that resale value on them is not going to be as good. But if you're keeping it, If I kept this just 5 years or 6, 7 years, I really feel like I got my money's worth. Especially and it's paid for itself already. As a creator, this device paid for itself the first time I got it. But that's just the creator side. The benefits of being a creator. You get funding from people watching your videos, and you can pretty much buy something every month if you have enough funds coming in. So this device pays for itself right away. But people who are not creators and not doing anything to use their device to where it's for their job, they're not benefiting as much. They may be getting the pleasure out of it, but as far as return on it, they're not getting any return on it. And they're probably not looking for a return on it. So overall, man, I am ecstatic about this device, and I'm super happy that it's turned out the way it's turned out. I'm super, super happy that Samsung is still on the upside of the tech world, meaning they're actually trying to innovate and trying to create. Do I want to see more out of the next version of this? Do I want to see changes? Well, I've said them a bunch of times. I would love for their device to be shaped like this. I would love it. I would love for them to have a device that's shaped like this. This is Sony Xperia Pro I, if you don't know. I would love for them to have a device that is shaped like this. This device is phenomenal, man. This is a killer device. Cameras don't measure up to this device, but still, it's close. But that design of that device, if they were to change to that design, I would love it. It would be phenomenal. It would just be great. Anyway, it's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed the follow-up with this device, man. It's just a crazy device. It's just a wonderful device. If you have one, I'm pretty sure you're happy with it. I would think that you are. But if you have one and you're not too happy with it, point out in the comments some issues that you're having. Let's see if we can work through them together. And if you are having a good time with it, point out some tips and tricks for me. I'd love to see them in the comment section. Hit the link in the description to find the latest pricing of this device. And then also my car channel is linked down below as well. Go subscribe over there. That channel is growing actually pretty fast. And I appreciate all the supporters that have come from here to there. But we're going to keep this train going. And so thank you guys for joining in. The S23 Ultra, awesome device. This is a keeper for at least until the next generation comes out. And that powder blue is just beautiful. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.